Join me as I take on the challenge of creating the most magical decorative mushrooms using air drying clay. Let's dive into this fun craft project. Right, so for this you're going to need some air drying clay, so there's no kiln necessary. Squeeze it out and just basically we're going to shape it into a blob, into a round ball, and then start pinching the outer edges to create that mushroom top. There you can see it. The best thing to do is to I put a toothpick in there because it's easy to attach the base. There you can see I've rolled that oblong base, and always have some water on hand because it starts cracking and drying pretty quickly. So just keep wetting it and then you can mold it and shape it nicely. And there you go. See how easy that is with the toothpick there. You can actually just use a twig, a little branch or something like that. And there I'm taking another toothpick and just merging the base with the top of the mushroom. Get some water and go over it with that as well, just to merge it. And there, as you can see, I've got a steak knife and I'm putting in the detail of the bottom of the mushroom called the gills. And there you can see I'm also sticking a toothpick in the bottom so that you can actually stick it into a pot plant much easier than just standing it in a pot plant. Okay, now I'm going to make a slightly smaller mushroom. There's the base, and going to roll that other head of the mushroom just like we did before and pinch it out. There we go. And also I'm going to take the knife and put in the gills. Just easier doing it this way than painting in the gills. More 3D effect. And I'm sticking like a little twig in there. It's not actually a toothpick, it's a tiny twig. Smoothing it out. There we go. And you've got your little mushroom. And if you're a mushroom enthusiast like I am, you may want to go check out my store. I've got a little mushroom store where you can buy stickers, like you can see here, socks, funky t-shirts, and postcards. I've got not mushroom under here, t-shirts, wicked, notebooks, you name it, I got it. I'm going to link that store in the pinned comments and the details below. Okay, so this one is the slightly larger mushroom, and you can see I've used the same technique. Just squish a ball between your hands and pinch it out. And there we've got a nice wooden stem base for that mushroom. It's a slightly bigger mushroom, and that you can also just stick right in a pot plant or into the ground in the garden. Okay, so you're going to need to let your clay dry for at least 24 hours before you start painting. Okay, so now I am getting the paint ready. I'm using some flesh colored paint, some white paint, and some red paint. This is acrylic paint, as you can see. It's got very nice colors. This is a new set that I bought, especially for this. Okay, so this is the flesh colored paint that I'm using for the gills underneath. There you can see it actually goes on really nicely. And that's why it's very important to let your clay dry first, because if it's not dry, the paint also just sucks in too much as well. So that's a tip. And okay, so yeah, I'm also just painting down the wood of the mushroom stem, just because I can, and adding the red to the top. It's a lovely luscious red. I have to say these paints work very well. They're very opaque. I didn't actually have to do second coats or anything, although I do put some orange on top just to give it some tone. And yeah, so that's the big one done. Now I'm gonna do the top of the little mushroom. Yeah, it's a really lovely red. And make sure you finish off those edges nicely. And the medium-sized mushroom gets its top painted. There we go. Mushrooms are taking shape. Now I'm just going to quickly add some of that flesh-colored paint to the gills of the little mushroom. That hasn't been done yet. We're also going to paint the stem soon. And the medium mushroom's getting its layer of paint there. You can see that those ridges that we cut in there, the gills of the mushroom, come out nicely. You can see them still, nice raised effect. Okay, so now I'm taking some orange and some yellow, and I'm going to put on a little bit of tone onto the top of the mushrooms, just giving it a nice colorful look on the top there. And some different tones and highlights on the mushroom top, because it looks nice, don't you think? And doing it to the larger mushroom as well. And obviously the medium one's also going to get a lick of that orange and yellow paint. Let me know in the comments below if you're going to try this out, or maybe you've tried it out already and you're much better pro than I am at making these mushrooms. I love doing these mushrooms, it's such fun. I really do. Okay, so there I'm getting some more white, and this is Naples yellow. I love Naples yellow. It originated in ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. That's how old Naples yellow is. One of the first pigments to be made synthetically. So there I'm doing the base of my mushroom with Naples yellow and a little bit of white. I think I mixed with it. I did the medium sized one and the small one with the Naples yellow paint. This is obviously open to interpretation. If you want to paint or leave it white, it also looks nice white, the base. You can do whatever you like, or brown, or any kind of color like that. Use your imagination. And here we're going, and this is my favorite part. My favorite part is putting the little white nobble keys on there. It just starts bringing that mushroom to life. Such fun. So I do like quite small little dots, as you can see. Obviously it depends on the size of the mushroom. Like the bigger one, I did slightly bigger round circles, as you're gonna see in a minute. And they're coming together. Yeah, so they did slightly bigger with the little dots in between. Oh, this is such a fun part, and you can also make the paint nice and thick and gloopy so that they stand out, which is also pretty cool. Looks nice. Whoop whoop, we were almost done. I love doing mushrooms. You just can't have enough in your pot plants and in your home and in your garden. And I'm gonna actually now put on a varnish, a decorative varnish, which is really hardy, and it really protects these things. So believe it or not, I actually put these outside, and I live in extreme conditions. They're deco varnish, and I live in extreme conditions out here in South Africa, like extreme winters, extreme summers, and these things actually survive when you put like a coat or two of this varnish on. So I think any deco varnish would do. This is a water-based one, and as you can see, I'm putting it on pretty thick and gloopy. Nice thick coat. And I basically do the whole mushroom, the underneath, the stem, and these make really beautiful glossy mushrooms that you can, like I said, put in pot plants. You can sell them at markets. People go wild for mushrooms, wild mushrooms, and they just make great gifts as well. Easy to sell, easy to make, very satisfying project if you're starting out with air drying clay. This is actually just so super easy to do. I'm going to show you in a minute how I did this little pot that I showed you in the beginning. So I went and got some soil, a little ceramic pot that had nothing in it. So I'm putting the soil in and some decorative stones. And then I'm going to go and get a slip of geranium, and you can just propagate it. You just snip a nice piece off as long as it doesn't have flowers on. and you just stick it in, water it obviously every day, a little bit of water, and it'll grow. And then I'm putting in some smaller stones and the mushrooms. See how nicely that goes in. You can balance the little one on the stones and the other one with the toothpick. See how nicely that goes in. That's why we do toothpicks and sticks and things. And there you have it. I mean, who wouldn't want to get this as a gift? Let me know if you're going to try this out in the comments below. I'd love to know what you guys think. Hope you enjoyed it, and please check out all my other craft tutorials. I'm going to put a link in the pinned comments below and in the details. And yeah, see you next time.